Hello, this is Alessio. Today is Monday, the 26th of April. As always, it's London session, and this is the report for the US stocks, as always. So let's dig into this week's chart. Let's start off with Adobe, as you guys can see on the screen. Nothing hasn't really changed. The bigger picture of view is still the same. Again, intermediate one and two complete looks I mean they look completed. We've had a nice move up in a third of possibly a higher degree wave one, which is it's very steep. So if we're thinking we are in a third of a third, it would make sense. And yeah, we predicted the move up with members, as I mentioned last week. So that's nothing new to us. And as I was saying last week, that once we would have broken this high, would have probably have gotten a reaction, and it looks like we have, and it looks like it could be over. I'm going to bring you onto the daily chart in just a second. That just for now, if we stick to the daily, now we can just see how this move up looks quite impulsive. So we need to be careful because we haven't broken this high at $537. So that's something you to be kept in mind, because we could still resume lower. I highly doubt it because we've gone so high. So what I'm expecting is a less push up into wave 5 of 1, and then a pullback, which I cannot know how deep it's going to be. But yeah, what usually happens, and I'm sure that if you trade, yeah, you're familiar with that if you use trend lines patterns as well. Usually once we've taken out the top, we would get a reaction. So yeah, I'm expecting further upside. And as I promised, if we go down to the hourly time frame and just focus on the recent price action. So first of all, if we look at this move down, if we zoom in from the move down from the April 16th, so if I take you there and we just focus on this price action, we can see how we have 7 swings. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And as we know, as Elliott Wave taught us, seven swing is a corrective pattern. So perhaps A, B, C, or WXY, depending on, most likely it's a WXY. And it looks like we are due to further upside to come, as we can see here, and as I also share with members. As long I always say, as long as the pullbacks are in 3, you can possibly buy them. So if we look at this move up, the entire move up, every pullback was in 3. So for example, from this top you had A, B, C, 1, 2, 3, and then 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. So yeah, definitely when the pullbacks are in 3, the trend is still the upside. And for trading wise, we are trading again this low at the moment, around $504, which means that if we do break below this, then most likely the wave 4 is gonna keep on correcting. We know it's a wave 4, so it could become something complex or a triangle. So something kind of, not complicated, but kind of annoying trading wise, because it can be a wide variety of corrections. However, if we as always take the channel and see where the wave 4 estimate was, we can see how it's pretty spot on. So once again, we do have enough confidence to say that this could be wave 4 completed right there. So yeah, overall, further upside, as I always mentioned, on Adobe. If we move on to CARE DX, CDNA. This is actually this is the first time I bring it to your attention, and I do so because, of course, it has captured my own attention. The reason is that if we after the move down, the beginning of March, which was in clear three waves, 3 in a directional wave B, and down again in C, we can see, I think it's pretty clear, a possible ending, leading diagonal. So the nice thing about this is that the moves, we know that the subwaves or the diagonal are usually 3, 3, 3, 3, 3, 3. So ABC in 1, ABC in 2, ABC in 3, ABC in 4, ABC in 5. And this is respected right here. So what I want to see is I want to see a sharp, usually after a diagonal. If you're not familiar with that, we know that we get a sharp move down, typically to the area of the previous two, and then resumption of the overall bullish trend. So in this case, if I do see during the next session, so perhaps this week, sharp move down, then I would more than happy to consider entering a long trade. And yeah, diagonals are pretty easy to identify. It's not a good habit to try to identify them beforehand, because you never know it's a diagonal until it kind of confirms it's a diagonal. But in this case, I think it's pretty clear. So what we're just waiting for really just the move down. Once we get the move down, we can be as confident as possible to place a trade. If I zoom out and I bring you on what's been happening for the past year, it's a solid uptrend. This wave 4 compares to this wave 2, as you can see, and yeah, it just looks very, very nice to be traded actually. And as I said, the reason why I'm bringing this is because this end diagonal has indeed captured my attention. So moving on to CrowdStrike, sorry. The previous forecast were pretty much spot on, because I was expecting further upside on all of them. The interesting thing about this, so just to give you an outlook, the move down was once again in 3, meaning that this could have been a resumption of the bullish trend. And as just like in the Adobe's scenario, since as I said, what usually happens once we break the wave B, the top of the wave B of the 1 lesser degree, we get a reaction. So here we've broken the top of wave B and got a reaction lower. So now the interesting part of it is that if we zoom into the 1 hour time frame, we can see how we've broken this high and then kind of move sideways in what is a wave 4 of 1, and then add a nice pullback to retest the previous zone of resistance, which became support. What's even more interesting is that this seems to be kind of a consolidation in wave 4 of minute 1 of 3. So if we have right here minute 1, let's paint it blue. Sorry, that is not blue. So here either this is the 4 or this 1. So now we're missing a leg up. Or I can also count 5 ways up from here. So 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5 to then make a wave 1. The top has been taken out, which confirms the theory. I know that if you argue that you see 5 ways down here, but if you did see 5 ways down here, then the move up, of course, and so this was let's say an intermediate, a minute A instead of the minor 2, because you see 5 ways down, but this top has been taken out. So if it was to be a a zigzag, we know that wave B of the zigzag cannot retrace past the length of wave A. So that would be a rule violation, and therefore it's not valid. So I just gonna stick on either this being the one completed right there. So kind of A, B, and a little move down in C of 2. So something like this. And of course, no, this is the hourly time frame, so this is kind of a short-term trade setups. But yeah, I think it's also interesting to show you this as well, to go into more in depth of what we do at Trading Lounge, or at least what I do. But yeah, so this could be a scenario, or as I mentioned, this this could be the 4 of 1 up in 5, and then some kind of pullback in 3 to then resume higher. So yeah, hopefully this is clear. Again, the overall direction is bullish. This confirms it, that we see the 5 ways to the upside. So as I always say, as long as the pullbacks are in 3, they can be bought wisely. But yeah, they can be bought. Moving on to Guardant Health. So Guardant Health, as I mentioned, in the past there was a probability / possibility that this was not a 1, 2, 3, but an ABC. I gotta be honest, that is still going on. However, since we've seen this move, this little rally here, and the move down was in 3, that it makes me think that we are indeed in the making of this third. Of course, we would have confirmation once this high is taken out. Because as for now, let's dive into the 1-hour chart without wasting any time. So yeah, this, I don't know for you, but for me, it just doesn't look bullish. Here I see 3, 3, and 5. I see A, B, C, A, B, C. So wave A, wave B, and then down 5 waves. I think they're pretty clear. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So with that being said, kind of a riskier trade would be to trade against this low. So this as the kind of a bottom in place at $146. The safest, I mean, it's not safest, but safer trade would be to wait until this high at 164 is taken out. Can we still double correct? So having something like this with minuet A, and then this be the B. It's possible technically, but the thing is, if this correction, this due is a 1 less degree of this one, then I would not expect this due to be significantly larger in time and magnitude as well. But they would be pretty equal in magnitude, but it would be much larger in time than the correction of a higher degree. So for that reason, I highly doubt it. However, I cannot say that it's impossible, because it is. Even though this move up looks impulsive, it does look corrective. But yeah, I guess we'll see. But what the waves are telling me is that this most likely is the top in place. Sorry, the bottom in place. My mistake. And we are zooming higher. So once again, I believe that every pullback, as long as it is in 3, it can be bought. And then moving on to the last one for today is Hubs. So HubSpot, and this is actually an interesting scenario. I haven't brought it in a while to your attention. The reason is that, yeah, almost a month ago, I predicted this ending diagonal. So hopefully some of you took advantage of it. And now it just looks like we're ready to rally. It looks like this is in place. I'll bring on with the 1 hour as well, but it does look in place, and it just looks like we are scrambling to the upside. The question is, since we are due wave 5, what could happen is that we have ending diagonal in this wave 5. I mean, that would be the most conservative view, honestly. I cannot say that it's not going to happen, but at this point, it's highly unlikely. That's what I can tell you. So, as promised, if we go to the the 1 hour, we can see how this move was clearly in 3, so ABC, and we are just skyrocketing to the upside, and that is a very good indicator for a wave 3 of a higher degree being in place. So once again, every pullback can be bought. This is the low against we're trading with. So if this low gets broken, then the wave count is compromised. But it looks like it's unlikely to happen. It's not impossible, but at this moment, it's just fine unlikely. So yeah, I think that's it for today. Thanks for tuning in. Hope you enjoyed the video, and I'll see you in the next one. Thanks for your time.